one of the great Fred Archer. What about this? He's only known as Lester, and Lester Piggott. And what a man he's been. And we've got some amazing memorabilia here, Graham, particularly his work riding and the goggles.
Yes.
From Warren Hill.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, if you look at lots of stock film and photographs, you'll see him riding work, as you say, at Newmarket, either at Warren Hill, on the lime kilns, or in Ballydoyle in Ireland, elsewhere. And he's always wearing this characteristic helmet with a little sort of pommel on top and the goggles. And it looks really well worn, and it was, you know.
And we've got the iron chairs, but it's how light it is. I mean, you can just see it's small. It was his riding saddle.
He would have. It is a lightweight saddle. So if he was riding a horse that had a lightweight and a handicap or something like that,
he's done plenty of those.
That would just help him, make the weight. It's including the actual iron stirrups. It's only 24 ounces is what it weighs. So it's a pound and a half.
It's in magnificent condition. He signed it.
He did sign it as well. Yes.
Yeah, you can see it signed. Yeah. I mean, that is a fantastic item.
Yeah, it really is. No, that's fine. Just show you behind us here, this beautiful bronze. You will have seen, or when you go to various race courses, there's been a project to erect life-size bronze statues of him.
Right.
And I think we've got one at Newmarket, we've got one at Epsom, we've got one at York, we've even got one at the Curragh in Ireland now. But this is what they call the artist's maquette, which is the sort of tabletop version of it by the sculptor Willie Newton. But that'll be a very familiar image to people that go racing. They'll have seen the life-size ones in the paddocks and things like that.
Brilliant.
And that's absolutely.
This tells me about here. I think it's from Royal Academy. Well, Royal Academy was the horse that Leicester amazingly won in the Breeders' Cup, and this is the actual trophy that he got. And I'll tell you, it was 1990. Mm-hmm. He'd had some in prison, but he came back, and no one thought he had any chance at all to ride. And well, it was probably one of the most amazing experiences. I watched it on the television. I know plenty of people who were there said this was one of the most amazing days in the Breeders' Cup. And I've been to the Breeders' Cup many times later, but that one, Royal Academy, is something very, very special.
Yes, he'd retired, as you say, and then he had a little spell in prison. Vincent O'Brien at that time, John Reed was his jockey, and he'd been riding Royal Academy, but he broke his collarbone, and Vincent had to find a replacement jockey, and there was only one person he wanted to go to, and he was actually only 9 days out of retirement when he went to New York, to Belmont.
And it was incredible the way he won as well. I mean, you'd think he was riding all the time. It was just unbelievable. Some of the headlines in New York were amazing.
Well, they missed the break, but he showed all his experience. He didn't panic. He just let the horse slowly catch up.
It's definitely one of my favourites.
I don't know about you, Angus, but having watched Leicester all my time, even though he was sort of sixth coming into a very short straight there, and he got into the crouch, I just knew he was going to do it. There was something inevitable about it, really, that he got there and right on the shadow.
Well, I think he worked. You had the experience. Yeah. I thought he was coming far to go, but it was a great performance.
He got there, and it was famously interviewed by Bruff Scott after the race, and he said, well, it's been 20 years since Nijinsky, Leicester. Do you still have it? And he just said, you never forget.
Yeah, then that's about him. Yeah.